So good afternoon, everyone. Today I am going to discuss the topic Bode plot, which is the part of the unit 4, that is frequency domain analysis. So these are the contents I am going to discuss about today's lecture. First of all, I would like to give brief introduction about the Bode plot. Then I will introduce how to draw the Bode plot. What is the procedure basically while drawing the Bode plot? Then in Bode plot, we have two different plots, right? One is the phase plot and another one is the magnitude plot. I will discuss these two plots as well. And now how to determine the gain margin and the phase margin of the Bode plot will be discussed in this lecture. And what are the stability criteria using the Bode plot will be discussed in this lecture. And then the advantages of the Bode plot followed by the examples of the Bode plot will be discussed in this lecture. So first of all, the Bode plot was introduced by Mr. Hendrick in 1930s, right? Basically, this Bode plot is a graph which is used in control system to determine the stability of the control system, right? So basically, it is a frequency domain analysis, right? And there are basically, when we are talking about the Bode plot, we are talking about the two graphs which are being plotted in the Bode plot. First one is the magnitude plot and another one is the phase plot, right? When we are drawing the magnitude plot, the magnitude must be in decibels, and when we are drawing the phase plot, then phase must be in degrees, right? So when we are for both the plots, magnitude plot as well as the phase plot, the x-axis will represent the angular frequency, which is in terms of log, right? And the y-axis is representing the magnitude in case of magnitude plot, right? That magnitude must be in decibel, and the phase angle of the angle of the open loop transfer function, and this phase must be definitely in terms of degrees. Okay. So although this Bode plot offers the simpler methods to calculate the stability of the system, but just like Nyquist stability criteria, it does not handle the transfer function with the right hand side of the singularities, right? So how we can draw the Bode plot? What is the procedure basically we are following to draw the Bode plot? So first of all, when open loop transfer function is given to us in terms of the S domain, right? First of all, we will convert it into the frequency domain by putting S is equals to j omega. Then secondly, we will find the corner frequency of the gj omega, hj omega, and then we'll make a table, right? Now for drawing the Bode plot, we require a semi-log paper, right? And we have to choose the range of the frequencies that such that the plot should start with the frequency which is lower than the lowest frequency, lowest corner frequency, right? Then we will mark the angular frequencies on the x-axis and mark the slope on the left hand side of the y-axis by making a zero slope in the middle, and right hand side then we will mark the phase plot by taking 1 minus 180 degree in the middle. What I am talking about here is, see, this is the, let's say this is the semi-log paper. So in the left top corner, we'll mark the, by considering this as 0 decibel, we'll mark the, we'll mark the phase angle. Whoa, sorry. Considering this 0 dB, we'll mark the slopes. This is minus 20, then this is minus 40, and then this is minus 60. Here I am taking as 20 decibel, 40 decibel, and then this is 60 decibel, and then this is 1. This is log omega on y-axis, right? And according to this, this will become minus 20 decibel per decade. Okay, we'll start from here in terms of log omega, that is 0.1, right? Then this will be 1. We'll take a decade in terms of x-axis, on the x-axis, right? This will be the minus 40 dB per decade, okay? and this is minus 60 dB per decade, right? And this is your magnitude plot in terms of decibel, and here this will be the log omega. Another plot will be your, we'll start here with 0.1, then 1, then 10, then 100. Okay, I'll take the decade over here, right? Then we'll talk about the phases plot. So here I am taking phase in terms of degrees, right? And here again we'll take the log omega, and the axis will start from minus 180 degree over here for the y axis. Okay. So this is the point that I have explained here. Then we'll find out the gain factor and the order of what is the type of the order of the system. At last we'll calculate the slope corresponding to each factor, and then we'll plot the magnitude plot, right? And similarly we'll draw the phase plot. Okay, so I'll discuss one by one the two plots. First one is the magnitude plot. So for drawing the magnitude plot, first of all we have to find out the corner frequency and plot them on the semi-log paper. Okay, first point is to plot the corner frequency on the mark the corner frequency on the semi-log paper, right? Then tabulate the factors from top to bottom depending upon the corner frequency, right? First of all, so we will always going to take the term, constant term k, and then integral factor 1 upon j omega n, or it could be j omega n. If it is a 0, then we can take j omega n, right? If it is a pole, we will take 1 upon j omega n, or you can take these factor together. You can take it as k upon j omega n, okay, k upon j omega n, or if it is a pole, then k into j omega n can be taken together, or it's your wish, you can take it different, you can take it in different table, in a same table in different rows, or you can take it together just like this I have mentioned here. Then the first order function, right, pole, then the first order aapka factor in terms of 0. Basically this will depend upon the corner frequency. The frequency which is lowest will come earlier, the frequency which is that factor will come earlier, and then in another row the frequency which is greater will come in the next row, right? Then we'll take the second order factors. Okay, so main is we'll take first of all the constant term, then the integral factors, then the first order factors, then the second order factors, and this is the sequence. And on the first order factor or in the integral factor, it will depend upon the corner frequency. The lowest corner frequency term will come first. Okay, then we'll sketch for the for the constant term, we always sketch the constant line of some decibels. Okay, and for these terms, all these terms, we'll always plot the slopes. Okay, for the poles we'll take minus 20 dB per decade, and for the zeros we'll take 20 dB per decade. And now it depends upon the factor, just like if I am having 1 upon j omega raised to the power 2, then the slope will be 2 into minus 20 dB, that is minus 40 dB per decade ka slope banega. And if it is 3, then the slope, if I am having 1 upon j omega cube, then the slope is minus 60 dB per decade, right? Similarly, in case of zeros, if I am having j omega, right, then the slope will be 20 dB per decade. But if I am having j omega square, then the slope will be 40 dB per decade, right? If I am having 1 j omega cube, then slope will be 60 dB per decade. So basically it depends upon this order of the system, order of the pole and the zero, right? Then we'll find out the gain margin. Okay, while plotting when we'll take change the slope at every corner frequency by adding the slope of the next factor. This we can take it from the table, and then we'll calculate the gain margin. For example, I have taken here the example in which the magnitude plot is to be required to be plotted, right? Here I am having GS is equals to K into 1 plus ST1 ka whole square upon S into 1 plus ST2 plus into 1 plus ST3. So first of all, I will convert it into the frequency domain by putting S is equals to J omega. So here Gj omega will be equals to K into 1 plus J omega T1 ka whole square upon J omega 1 plus J omega T2 1 plus J omega T3. Okay. Now let, since here I am not having any real value and I am having the terms T1, T2 and T3. So let us consider that T2, T3 is greater than T1 and T2 is greater than T3, right? So corner frequency according to these, for T1 correspondingly the corner frequency will be omega C1 and the corner frequency will be 1 by T1. For this factor the corner frequency will be omega C2 will represent it and it will be 1 by T2, and for this factor the corner frequency will be 1 by T3. So according to corner frequency as well, the omega C2 is the highest corner frequency, the omega C1 is the lowest corner frequency and omega C3 is the middle one. So this is the table. Here I am taking here I will write the factors, right? There I will write the corner frequency in the increasing order. Here I will write the slopes and here I will write the change in slope, but that is net slope from the previous column, right? So in this above table you can take, as I have already told you in the previous slide, that either take K or take it as K into K upon J omega n or K into J omega n according to your question, right, as the first term. Another term will be according to the increasing order of the corner frequency. Then write, enter the corner frequency and the slope contributed by each term, and then slope at every corner frequency, change in slope at every corner frequency over here, right. Then this step 3 will be, you have to choose the arbitrary frequency which is lesser than the lowest corner frequency. So basically we will take it 0.1, okay. Then we will calculate the decibel magnitude in terms of decibel of K or K upon J omega n or K into J omega n, and at the lowest corner frequency, right. Then we will calculate the gain in terms of decibel for every corner frequency 1 by 1 using this formula. This is the formula to calculate the gain in terms of decibel, okay. So for this taking this question, I will write the table over here first of all. So first of all the term I will take over here, I will take there are basically I will take over here K upon J omega as the first term, then the corner frequency omega C1 is lowest there, so I will take here 1 plus J omega T1 ka whole square, okay. Then this number 1, this is number 2, number 3 I will take 1 upon 1 plus J omega T3, and for at fourth row I will take 1 upon 1 plus J omega T2, right. Depending upon this I will take the corner frequency. See, for the constant term and for the integral factor there will be no corner frequency, so I will take leave it like this. For this the corner frequency will be, for the pole the corner frequency for this the corner frequency is 1 by T1, okay. For this is 1 by T3 and the last term the corner frequency will be 1 by T2. Now the slope contributed by each term, right. So for this term there will be a constant line of, let us say this is 20 log to the base 10 into K will be calculated, and this will be in terms of decibel, and there will be a constant, let us say M, okay. So there will be a constant line of M decibel, and for because of this j omega, the slope will be of minus 20 decibel per decade. Okay, straight line and of m decibel and the minus 20 dB per decade का slope होगा. Then for this the slope will be plus 40. For poles the slope will be of plus 20 decibel per decade. Since I am having a square over here, so this will be multiplied by that slope, so it will get 40 dB per decade. Then for this term the slope will be minus 20 dB per decade, and for the last term again slope will be minus 20 dB per decade. So in this way you will complete this column, and here I am getting the net slope. Okay, so from here you can see यहाँ पे आपका कितना रहेगा, minus 20 dB per decade ही रहेगा. Over here the slope will be plus 20 dB per decade. Because of these two terms, you will add the slope of these two terms, you will get 20 dB per decade. Then you add this slope with this slope, then when you are adding these, or you are add these all these three slopes for the third term, so it becomes 0 dB, कोई slope नहीं होगा. Okay, and then when you add all these four terms, you will get again a slope of minus dB, 20 dB per decade. From this table now you will plot the magnitude plot. Okay, so this is the magnitude plot. ठीक है, so minus 40 dB per decade कैसे, if I am having here 40 dB, so this will be the slope for minus 40, this will be the slope for the plus 40. There I am having the term k upon j omega square, so that will make the slope of minus, no, there I am not having, it is not j omega square ना, it is j omega. Okay, k upon j omega, तो k upon j omega ने कितना contribute किया था, slope of minus 20 dB per decade. ठीक है, तो minus 20 dB per decade का slope is like this. Okay, have I shown the plots? No, let me draw the plots. Let me draw the plot over here. In the top, let's say this is 0.1, 1 decade बाद 1, then 10, then 100. This is log omega, this is log omega, this is magnitude in decibel. Okay, तो ऊपर भी हम क्या बना लेते हैं, पहले यहाँ पर एक -20, then -40, then -60 का एक स्लोप हो गया. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट वन इज -20 dB per decade का, तो फॉर अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट you have to plots like 20, 40 and 60 over here. This is -20, -40, -60, right? So अगर -20 dB per decade का slope चाहिए तो from here to here you will plot, right? But you have to stop to the next corner frequency. Okay, and similarly, just like let's say कि first corner frequency is 0.5. So you have to draw the plot, stop the plot over here, and this point you will study here कि ये कितना बन रहा है. ठीक है, then you'll mark, you'll take this first point and then you'll go this with the next per decade means 5, right? And this is your first point, and on 5 you'll mark the another slope. So in this case another slope is of -40 na, so that means +20. So you will see what is this point and you will draw the plus, take the magnitude as +20, right? And then take the point on this 5 axis and you can take it like this. You can join these two, right? But if you are having the corner frequency before 5, then you have to again stop till 5, before 5, or if you are having the corner frequency till 10 or after 5, you have to stop till there. Okay, then you have to again read the point on the y axis and again you have to make the slope. So here is one example for -20 dB for the term 1 upon j omega t3, again for 1 upon j omega t2 के लिए हमारे लिए बन रहा था -20, and this is the final slope. For this, here they have taken 1 k upon j omega t square. So the slope will be minus 40 dB per decade. Then they are having the term 1 plus j omega t square. So इसके लिए 0 dB, minus 20, again minus 20, right? So our slope will be, for that question, our slope will be, we will be having a constant line of, let's say, mdb. Let me change the pen so that it will be clear to you. mdb की हमने constant line ली एक, right? Then हमारा slope आया था minus 20. So we'll go from here, let's say this is 20. So from 20 till this is omega c1 2 and omega c3, then omega c2, and let's say that this is 1. We have to go till another corner frequency na, so I'll draw the plot from minus 20 to omega c1. Then what is my another slope? See, we have to take these slopes, minus 20, 20, 0, minus 20. Minus 20 से this is minus 20 dB per decade हो गया till omega c1. Then we will, what is that? Plus 20. Okay. Minus 20 के बाद हमारे पास है plus 20. So आपको यहाँ से the plot will be like, just a second, the plot will be plus 20. You have plus 20. Okay, the term T1 is lesser. Okay. So plus 20, this is the point. You have to take it like 20. You have to again go. Let's say this is the point, and plus 20 will be, the slope will be like this, plus 20 dB per decade. From this point to another corner frequency, then it is 0 dB till another corner frequency. Then it is again, what is that? Minus 20. Then you have to go again like this, minus 20 dB per decade. So this will be your slope. I hope you are getting my points. Just like you can draw this plot, right? So step 5 is you have to choose the arbitrary frequency omega h, which is greater than the highest frequency, and then you have to calculate the omega, the gain at omega h by using the formula which is used in step 4, right? Then the semi-log paper, you have to mark the range of the frequency on the x-axis and range of magnitude in terms of decibel on y-axis after choosing the proper units, and then you have to mark all the points obtained in the step 3rd, 4th and 5th on the graph paper, and by joining all those points you'll get the slope, you'll get the graph actually. So this is the negative slope and this is the positive slope. I have shown you in the previous example as well. Now coming towards the Bode phase plot, for drawing the Bode phase plot, we have to calculate the phase function. We have to, by adding all the phases of the factors which are in the loop, in the open loop transfer function, right? Then we have to substitute the values to the function in order to find out the phase at different points, and we can plot a curve, right? And by joining all these points, you'll get the phase curve, right? And then we can calculate the phase margin with the help of the phase plot. So one thing that you have to keep in mind is that make sure that you will get the points on the corner frequencies also. Just calculate the value of the phases at the corner frequencies as well. This will provide the better picture of the phase plot. That's why I'm telling you. Now, how to determine the gain margin and the phase margin? See, from these two plots, I have taken these two examples to clearly mention the gain margin and the phase margin. So, you know, the gain margin is in decibel and is given by negative of the decibel in magnitude. You can see here, the negative of the decibel will provide the positive gain margin, right? And positive of the decibel will provide the negative gain margin. Similarly, in the phase plot, the positive of the plot will provide the phase margin and negative of the plot will provide the negative phase margin, right? So, in this way you can find out the gain margin and phase margin. So point is how to calculate the omega PC or omega GC, right? Now you can see over here for this, where the point which is cutting the 0 decibel will provide you the omega PC, and the point which is cutting minus 180 degree on the phase plot will provide you omega GC. You can see here, you can calculate now this value will be your positive phase margin, and the frequency corresponding to this point will be the phase crossover frequency. Similarly, this magnitude in degrees will provide you the positive phase margin, and the frequency at cutting this minus 180 degree, right, the point cutting at minus 180 degree will provide you the frequency from the x axis. That frequency is the gain crossover frequency. Similarly, you can see here once again at the 0 decibel, you can see here it will provide you the gain crossover frequency, and the point cutting at the minus 180 degree will provide you the phase crossover frequency, and the gain margin and phase margin will be obtained from the plot itself. Okay. So this is the absolute criteria for the stability. If you will get the both the phase margin and gain margin as positive, right, or phase margin should be this gain margin and phase margin as positive, or phase margin is greater than the gain margin, then the system is definitely a stable system. But for marginal stable system, the margin should be 0 or phase margin will be equals to the gain margin. And for negative unstable system, both the margin should be negative or phase margin should be lower, less than the gain margin. So this, depending upon these criteria, these points we can determine the stability of the system, whether it is stable or not, or it is a marginally stable system. So these are the advantages of the Bode plot, that it is based on the asymptotic approximation, which basically provide a simple method how to plot the logarithmic magnitude curve. The magnitude of various magnitude appears in the transfer function and can be treated as an addition, while division can be treated as a subtraction when we are using a logarithmic scale, right. It also covers from low frequency to high frequency range, right. Bode plot provide relative stability in terms of gain margin as well as in terms of phase margin, and with the help of this plot we can directly comment on the stability of the system without doing any calculation. Directly seeing the graph of the system, you can calculate the stability of the system. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you so much. I'll continue the some examples of the Bode plot in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.